to start our bargaining year. So when he's done shaking hands, I'll turn it over to Dr. Bernier.
Can you guys make sure? Are we already recording? Being recorded. I purposely came down to shake hands and, oh my God, I forgot somebody. He was busy.
I just don't want it on that evaluation.
I almost came in, but I figured you guys.
Yeah, that's a little bit. We're not there yet.
I just wanted to come down. I know that I really have a very limited role in all of this until some of the final decisions have to get made, and I actually like that. Having been on a bargaining team, both for my teachers union in Orange County and as an administrator, I know there's a lot of great hard work ahead of us in order to do the best for our employees possible. I just wanted to come down and say thank you. It's additional time. It's already the second week of school. I mean, I know it was a good first 3 days, but I know we can get even better than that. We can do more for our people. And to my team, it's only the first 3 days, and we're doing really great things, but we can do even more for our people. So we're really looking forward to a productive session and a productive year as it comes to negotiations. Thank you to our leaders who help us through this process, and just wanted to come down and just honestly just say thank you. Thank you for the effort, thank you for the work, and I look forward to seeing what we produce on the other side that benefits our classrooms and our children and our educators who occupy those classrooms, because you are the critical link. When you close your door, you make it happen every day. And I'm very thankful for that work. So just wanted to do that. I just want to briefly introduce, just so I can get him seen as much as possible. This is Michael Ramirez. You may remember him from an interview process that occurred back in February. Michael is now one of our employees. He's our new chief of staff, and I'm just going to ask him to just do a quick word of welcome.
Thank you, Doc, and just welcome. I echo what Dr. Bernier mentioned. Truly honored to be here, be a part of the team. Thank you for the work that you have done, are doing, and will continue to do on behalf of our students and our employees. And just thank you so much. And I look forward to our work together this year and for many years to come. So thank you.
Back to Rob.
Thank you both so much. Okay, Donna.
All right, Rob, we're ready. All right, everyone, welcome back. Ooh, that's loud. Good to see everyone again, and in such a short time, too. Summer went by quickly, didn't it? Even for me, retired, but I'm glad to see everybody back, and looks like we don't have many new people here, so that's great. We can get started right away. So let's start with our check-in right now. Remember, the check-in is to kind of leave everything outside that door and be present here tonight with our negotiation session. So who would like to get started? Rob, you ready? Okay.
Good afternoon. My name is Robert Dodig. I am doing well. My position is I am the Executive Director of Human Resources and the Chief Negotiator for the district. I don't have any time constraints other than 7 o'clock. I don't believe we're missing anyone. I have no elephants and expectations tonight. Get off to a good start.
All right, thank you.
Hi, I'm Will Rothenberg. I'm doing all right. I am the Director of Compensation and Labor Relations for the district. No time constraints, but I may need to step out at some point. I have a wife that's pregnant with twins and a almost 2-year-old at home, and so I might get called away. I think missing no one, no elephants, and expectation, get off to a good start.
Good evening, I'm Heather Leonard. I'm doing well this evening. I'm the Director of Staffing and Talent Management and Human Resources. I don't have any time constraints tonight outside of our normal 7 o'clock. Don't believe anyone's missing. I have no elephants, and I'd like to get off to a great start as well.
Hello, I'm doing great. My name is Amy Desamore, and I serve as the Chief Financial Officer for the school district. No time constraints and no elephants, and my expectations are that we get off to a great start.
Hi, my name is Carl Burnside. I'm doing fine. My position is principal, Dunbar High School, the very proud principal still. This is my 23rd year there.
Wow.
No time constraints. Who is missing? I don't know if anyone is missing. No elephants, expectations. Get off to a good start.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Bonnie. I'm doing well. My position is Director of Insurance and Benefits with the district. My only time constraint is our 7 p.m. end time for our meeting. I believe everyone is here and I have no elephants. My expectation is to get off to a good start.
Hi, my name is Jessica Duncan, Executive Director of Student Services. I have no time constraints. I'm doing well. No missing, no elephants, and expectations are to get off to a good start.
I'm Shanna Johnston. I am doing great. We made it through the first week of school. I am an Executive Director for School Development, no time constraints, no elephants, and expectation is to have a very productive meeting.
Okay, good evening. I am Helen Martin. I'm doing well. I am the Assistant Director of Professional Development. I do have to leave about 4:45 tonight. It's my daughter's second birthday. No one is missing. I have no elephants, and my expectations are to get off to a good start.
Good evening. I'm Ben Osman. I am the proud principal at Bayshore Elementary. 6 years, nowhere near Carl's 23. I don't have any time constraints and none missing. There's no elephants, and we'll keep it going. Get off to a good start.
Hi, Ann Cole. I'm good. I am the principal at Calusa Middle School. I don't have any time constraints. I don't think anybody's missing. No elephants, and expectations are to learn the process.
Hi, I'm Mike Gainwood. I'm doing good. I am the Director of Internal Auditing. I have no time constraints. I believe no one's missing, no elephants. Expectation, get to a good start.
Hello everyone, my name is Kevin Kelfie. I currently serve as the Assistant Director for Staffing and Talent Management. I have no time constraints, no elephants, and expectations is get to a good start.
Good afternoon, my name is Suzette Rivera. I'm doing well. I am the Assistant Director for Recruitment here at the district. No time constraints, no one is missing that we know of, no elephants, and my expectations are to get off to a good start.
Loud this is. All right, I think I'm fine. Good evening, everybody. My name is Kurt Fazone. I'm the director for the Teachers Association of Lee County and serve as chief negotiator for the union. I am fine. No time constraints. No one's missing on our side either. No elephants, expectations. Get off to a good start.
My name is Kevin Daly. I'm fine. I'm the president of the Teachers Association of Lee County. No time constraints, nobody missing, no elephants, and get off to a good start.
Good evening, I'm Jill Castellano, the Vice President of TALC, and I'm also a PCT at Varsity Lakes Middle. I'm doing well, no time constraints, we're not missing anybody, no elephants, and my expectation is get off to a good start.
Good evening, my name is Anna Witten, and I am doing fine. I am a third grade teacher at Colonial Elementary, as well as the secretary for the teachers union. and I have no time constraints, no one's missing, no elephants, and let's get off to a good start.
Good evening, my name is Samantha Howard. I'm well. I am a PCT at Harns Marshall Middle School, and I'm also the communications director with TALC. I have no time constraints, missing has been noted, no elephants, and I'd also like to get off to a good start.
Good afternoon. My name is Shay Pearson. I am doing well. I'm a testing coordinator at Island Coast High School. I'm also an adult ed instructor, and I'm TALC treasurer. No time constraints. Missing has been noted. No elephants, and I'd also like to get off to a good start.
Good evening. Mario Dorstyle. I'm doing well. I teach mathematics at South. I have a child heading to college, so I'll be leaving by 5 tonight and take him and bring him back. No one's missing, no elephant, and I'd like to get off to a good start.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Louis Fisher. I'm doing fine. I'm the director of instrumental music at Gateway High School. I have no time constraints. Missing has been noted, no elephants, and get off to a good start is my expectation.
Good afternoon, I'm Amy Johnson. I'm doing well. My position is a 6th grade English language arts teacher at Mariner Middle School. I have no time constraints, no missing, no elephants, and I'll go with get off to a good start for my expectation.
Good afternoon. My name is LaShonda Hutchins-Cologne. I am the grades 3 through 5 math coach at Franklin Park Elementary. I'm well. No time constraints, no missing, no elephants, and my expectation is to get off to a good start.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Iris Grimaldi. I'm doing well. I am a full-time social worker at Lee, currently assigned to Lehigh Senior High School. I have no time constraints. Missing has been noted, no elephants, and my expectation is to get off to a great start as well.
Good evening, my name is Bob Scapitulo, and I teach math at Three Oaks Middle School and also the area coordinator for TALC. And I'm doing fine. It's good to see all the smiling faces. Don't know if it's from being delirious or, but it's good to see everybody back. No time constraints, no one's missing, and no elephants, and my expectations is get out to a good start, please.
Good evening, I'm Christina Starrett. I am the kindergarten through 5th grade art teacher at Tortuga. I'm doing very well. No time constraints, missings noted, no elephants, and off to a good start, please.
Hi, I'm Tara Sherman. I'm the school counselor at Raymond C. Page Elementary. I'm doing great, no time constraints, no one is missing, no elephants, and my expectations are to get off to a good start.
Thank you, everyone. It's nice to see everybody here for our first one. We're not missing a single person. That's wonderful. Good way to start. While Amy's hanging those, I will check in. Good afternoon. My name is Donna Mutzenard. I'm doing very well. My position is retired. That's why I'm doing very well. No time constraints. Nobody's missing. That's wonderful. And no elephants. And you made my expectation really easy to get you off to a good start. So there we go. Amy?
I'm Amy French. I am the coordinator of the professional development department. I'm doing well. I'm out of order. I don't have any time constraints. Nobody's missing. I don't have any elephants, and my expectation is the same thing. I'll get off to a good start.
Okay, so for our first meeting this evening, normally we go over the process, but it hasn't been that long since we've done the process, so I'm not sure we need to go review that. And we only have one new person here. Dr. Cole, welcome. Oh, and Kevin, I'm sorry, and Kevin as well. So I'm not sure we need to really go through the process. Rob?
I was just going to say, and I think we're doing a training on the 23rd, so
which I think you're doing for us, though.
Yes.
So I think they can follow along. They're bright people.
Well, and I think Dr. Cole has taken the IB training before, so we're fine. So with that, we'll skip that, but we do still have to establish norms to work with. So let Amy get that set up, and then we will establish the norms we're going to work with in the next few months that we're together. So what do we need to put up for our norms first? Anybody? Kevin?
Begin and end on time.
Okay.
Begin and end on time.
Unless otherwise directed by the group. What else? Anna?
Issues, not individuals.
Thank you. What else? Yes. Sam?
We get assumed good intentions.
Okay. Anybody else? Where's it going? Bob, okay.
Limited sidebars.
Okay, thank you.
Restroom breaks whenever appropriate.
Anything else? Kara?
I have a couple. Maintain confidentiality.
Within the perimeters of a public meeting. Yes.
Sorry, that was my limited sidebar there. Stay on topic. And the last one is, so last year our norm was have the minutes sent out in a timely fashion. I would like to amend that to have the minutes distributed before the next bargaining session.
Rob?
Well, and I'll let Will chime in. We've been trying to fill a secretarial position for quite some time in compensation and labor relations. In this hiring market environment, it's not easy to do. So Will has his other staff here tonight taking minutes, but if he wants to add to that, he certainly can.
Well,
we did talk about we won't have as detailed of minutes, but we can get something out quicker. I think the fact that these are now video recorded helps for people that want to go back and look, and so to make sure that the minutes are something that are easy to consume for the people at the bargaining table and that we stay on topic, we will definitely do that. But if anyone knows anyone who wants to be secretary in comp and labor relations, the ad is online. It does require some overtime and taking of minutes for bargaining sessions, but hopefully we can find people that are interested. We've had a couple applicants so far and have interviewed, and it's not the numbers that we're used to in the past.
And speaking of taking minutes, Teresa's over there doing that this evening, and when you do speak, make sure you don't speak too quickly, and so that she can hear you with these mics tonight especially. She's going to be able to hear you, but just speak fairly slowly and not so she can get it. And Elizabeth over here will always be here too. She keeps the video running. And Kevin.
I just wanted to take a minute to welcome Dr. Amy back. She was not here last time and she's back, so I want to officially welcome her.
Thank you. Anything else for the norms? Cell phones on silent? Maybe? Nope. Anything else? Rob?
So what is the norm regarding the minutes? Yeah.
I put up here, have minutes distributed before next bargaining session. Do we need to amend that, or can we amend it?
And before, I mean, just maybe the Friday before, or it's just really hard to get them, at say 3 o'clock and be ready to approve them and feel comfortable approving them without overlooking something.
Yeah, well, what I heard from Will, I think, was maybe not, there'll be a summary of the minutes, but maybe not the detailed minutes.
And I believe that's what we used to do at one time. The minutes were basically the items that were on the charts and
That's
not so
correct.
much of the back and forth. And I'm okay with that if that helps expedite the distribution of it.
Yeah, no, that helps the norm. I'm good with that. And I know you spoke about that at labor management. I'm sorry.
Do you want me to add anything to this, just leave it as is, and we have a verbal understanding?
Okay. Anything else for the norms? Okay. If there's nothing else for the norms, the next thing is calendar. And I know tentative dates were sent out every other Monday, I believe. Is that, instead of going through all the dates, is that a problem for anyone? Kurt?
I think we need to test for consensus on the norms before we go to
I'm sorry. Yes, you're right. So if there are no other additions to the norms, and we'll have these norms posted every meeting, and if you have to add something, we can add it. So everybody okay with the norms we did tonight? All right, excellent. Thank you. Thank you for the reminder, Kurt. All right, so with the calendar, we have every other Monday. Is there an issue with any of those Mondays as far as they went? I know with the spell meetings, there was one for Labor Day, but we'll deal with that when we deal with spell. But I don't think there was anything for the meetings for TALC in the district. Kurt?
I know we have, I'm in September, I'm sorry. So we have today, obviously, the 29th.
Right.
There was a little bit of talk about needing to schedule a joint session. My idea was to use the 12th as the joint session, but I would need to talk to Spout first, since the 5th is Labor Day, and we'd obviously have to skip that day. But Donna, I don't think we've gone anywhere past the 29th.
Rosh Hashanah is on the 26th of September, and I learned a valuable lesson last year.
Okay. Guess I should get my phone out with the dates here. Did we go into September?
We're just moving forward every other Monday, so.
Okay, that's what I thought.
What was the last day of the joint session, Kurt?
Well, I'm sorry, September 12th.
September 12th, right. I will not be here for that. I am going to be gone from the 4th to the 20th, touring lovely Italy.
Where are you going?
Italy. We scheduled it in 2020. Needless to say, we didn't make it in 2020. Anna?
I may be way ahead, but there's also one scheduled on the week break of Thanksgiving on the 21st.
Okay. I think we can work around all those dates, and Kurt, you can get with Will and Rob about confirmation about a joint session once you speak to his spell leadership. Okay. Or we can talk about it next week when South meets. All right, anything else that's an issue? So we'll go with those tentative dates that were sent out. Basically, we go until we finish. And if we're lucky, we don't have to add any more. All right, so everybody's okay with the calendar? Thumbs? Okay, and we know that sometimes things happen and you're gonna miss a session, or sometimes sessions need to be canceled for whatever reason, but everybody will be contacted if that ever happens. Okay. Moving right along, the next issue would be doing some snapshots for this round. And remember, snapshots are a brief statement of the issue and the very short story for that issue, like a couple of words, and then the interest, why we're looking at that issue, and then if there are any data or data requests, we'll list those now, so whoever needs to prepare them can prepare them. So, what article would we like to start with as our first snapshot? Kirk?
So Donna, I think because we're looking at this being a more compact bargaining session, so that we could get salary increases settled before the Thanksgiving break or whatever. We were looking at limiting bargaining this time to 10 and 11 as always open by the contract.
Correct.
And 8 and 12 as being kind of joint articles open.
Okay.
They've been out there for a couple of years, and we're ready to finally get those taken care of. So I think we're looking at addressing 8, 12, 10, and 11.
All right, so let's start with Article 8 then. And what is the story behind Article 8? I know you said we've been working on it for a couple of years. What else can we add up there for story? Any specific section of Article 8 we need to concentrate on? Yeah, Ron, Will.
You'll get there.
So during last year's bargaining session, I know that there was a request to look at Article 8, and we kind of ran out of time. We had some proposed language that was in draft form that I think we have shared with the TALC Labor Management Committee, but has not been shared out with the bargaining teams yet. One of the biggest things that I think we were trying to capture was to clean up some of the language that had been there around performance evaluations, and to try and get it into the NEAT format, which is what we've referred to for the past several years. And NEAT is an acronym for notice, evidence, assistance, and time. One of the other things I think that we tried to do in the rewrite was provide some references to some statutory language around performance evaluations, because I know that was something that isn't always understood, that the district and TALC are kind of bound by what Florida statute says we're allowed to do for performance evaluations, and we have to have our plan submitted to the state and approved on an annual basis.
Okay. Anything else? Is that tentative language ready to go to the teams?
I think we can share it out so that everyone has a chance to review it. And like Kurt was saying, I know that we want to try and move through things quickly, so it might be something that people can review in our pre-meetings and other stuff, talk through and be ready to tackle at an upcoming bargaining session.
Yeah, I think that would be very helpful if everybody could get a copy of that and review it before we tackle it.
What is that?
All right, anything else? Kevin?
I was just gonna say, I think my team has the language on it. I think we gave it to them last week at our pre-meeting, so.
Okay.
They've begun to beat it up.
Okay.
In the most loving way possible.
Of course. Anything else, Will?
I think, and obviously I wasn't at the TALC meeting, so I don't know how that went, so I'm going to make some assumptions here, but I think most of the rewrite stuff is probably pretty non-controversial. TALC's got some pretty good language in there already for Article 8. I know we did the same thing with Article 14 around professional development, and we're able to kind of cherry pick where we thought that there might be issues. And so that might be something again that we can do and say, all right, everything here looks good, and there's a couple things that we want to make sure that we have more involved discussion about.
Okay. Anything else about Article 8? What are our interests for Article 8? Oh, yes, Iris. Compliance, yes. Kurt?
I have two, equity and clarity.
Will?
I thought Kurt was going to say manageability. I would add manageability. Clarity is another one.
And I'm going to add unmanageability and teacher morale from our side.
Teacher morale, okay.
Thank you.
Wow.
Retention.
Retention. Will?
I think student achievement also. I think that fits with teacher morale. If you got good teacher morale, student achievements taken care of.
Mm-hmm. Anything else as an interest? Again, we can add, just like norms, we can add interest as we go along. Yes, Mike. Consistency. Iris.
Professional standards.
Amy.
Recruitment.
Okay. Anything else? All right, so we have compliant. Will?
I think these are kind of incorporated in there already, but support and assistance. And I had another really good one. One more. All right, so I got to choose. Yeah. I'll go with support and assistance.
We can add it on the side or wherever. We can write up the side of the paper if you have another one, Will. Okay. Like I said, we can always add them later. So, as of now, we have compliance, equity, clarity, manageability, teacher morale, retention, student achievement, consistency, professional standards, recruitment, and support and assistance. Now, do we need any data for any of this? Other than the tentative language? Okay. Then our first snapshot is complete. All right, do you want to skip to Article 12 and save 10 and 11 for the last ones? All right, Article 12. Article 12 is leave. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just just waiting for Amy to set up. Nope. All right, go ahead, Will.
So we actually began working on a rewrite to Article 12 before the pandemic, and then tabled it because obviously there were a lot of things going on with leave, and we wanted to address those. It was another thing that was on our list for last year, and then we ran out of time. I think in the meantime, we have updated salary schedule N and the admin salary schedule to include a version of Article 12 similar to what we hope to discuss with TALC. We've received some feedback already through TALC labor management about some of that language. I think, again, probably could go through the same process as Article 8, making sure that everyone on our team has a chance to read it and that we have a chance to have a discussion about it. But it's supposed to be more clear, more concise than what's in there currently, and much more reader-friendly than what we've got currently and what Florida statute has, again, around some of the requirements.
Okay, and again, did TELC team get that language during your meeting? Okay, so the TELC team has that language. Anything else about 12? Kurt?
Donna, I'll let you decide where this needs to go. It may need to be a data request.
Okay.
And this was spoken about in labor management as well. The leave rewrite is rather extensive. It was originally presented as like a 15-page document, and so it's rather difficult to see what was changed and what went where. So Will has maybe not a red line version, but some sort of version that helps point to where things moved, and I know that would be definitely necessary for us to have before we start discussing the words on the page here.
Right. Do you have that, Will?
Yes, we plan on sharing that. It's more of like a crosswalk, since the rewrite version doesn't perfectly align, like Kurt was saying. We tried to say, okay, here's where this language is referenced here and there, just to make sure that we've covered everything. One of the highlights, I think, kind of worth mentioning, and I just say this because this was brought up in labor management, was specific language about a compassionate leave for anyone who experiences a miscarriage, stillbirth, ectopic pregnancy, molar pregnancy. I think there was maybe one more that I'm leaving out, but that was something that I think both sides felt strongly needed to be included in a rewrite.
Okay. Anything else for the story? All right, and I think Will already alluded to a couple of interests. Clarity, I think, was one of them. What other interest do we have for this? Amy?
Teacher morale.
Teacher morale. Another interest? Yeah.
I think readability, or the being able to understand it.
Yeah, as Will said, reader-friendly, but
Yeah.
readability is a good word, I think. Iris, did you have something? Retention. Rob?
Yeah, I think we all have an interest in everyone being safe, so the ability to take leave is important if you're sick.
Okay. Any other interest we need to get up there? All right, again, again, we can add any interest that you may decide needs to be added. Compliance maybe for this, because we do have some state statutes that address leave. Okay, let's hang that one. And we have Article 10. Let's just give Amy a second to set that up.
Data requests.
Oh, data request for leave? Okay. I'll add it in.
Okay. So the crosswalk version, I think Will called it, and
I think Amy put that up there.
that's great.
Crosswalk or red line version.
Oh, thank you. And also, just some of the statutory language around, that governs leave, specifically as it relates to vacation.
Okay. All right, with that, Article 10. I don't know that great numbers. What do we have for Article 10?
$10,000 a person today, is that discussion?
Can you test that?
We don't have to talk about interest or anything, do we? All right, story for compensation. There's always lots of story for compensation. None tonight.
I've got one.
All right, Kurt.
One piece of the story that is incredibly important is the number of statutory requirements, specifically around teacher pay. I believe there are over 20 specific laws governing specifically teacher pay. And we will have to work within those confines as best we can.
Okay. Anything else, story for compensation? Kevin?
Record inflation. Record inflation.
Yeah, got it.
Housing, yeah.
Anything else? Okay, Rob?
I think part of the compensation picture, and I know when we get to story, we'll talk more about this,
Yes,
but
absolutely.
I think it's important that to know what we did last year, which is get to 47,500 as the starting teacher salary.
Mm-hmm.
47.5, yeah. And there's other things that we did too, but we can talk about them in story.
That's one of the 20 state statutes that Kerr mentioned.
Yes.
Amy?
We also had some teachers that when they went to the 47.5, and I know we set it so that if you earn that $1,000 jump and it took you to 47.5, that's where you stayed. And so we have, I don't know how many, it would be nice to add that to data though, so that we knew that. How many teachers there were that when they made that jump to 47.5, lost out on their bucket getting filled. And that actually could be from the year before when we did that. Right, because the order of operations that we used. And I know there were teachers that were affected by that, so.
Okay, Amy's got that down. And I saw Kerr, was your hand going up? Oh, Will, go ahead, while the mic's getting over to Kerr.
So I think kind of to add to the story and maybe respond to Amy's data request, I know we had people that moved on the career ladder, like she's saying, that received that $1,000 increase. I'm not sure, I'm trying to think of like how we would figure out which ones of those people were, like had that increase swallowed up. But we can definitely give you the number of people that have moved over the past couple of years and try and extrapolate from there. I just don't know if we'll be able to get an exact number, but as part of the story, I think we need to put something in there about career ladder, and maybe some of the history of how we've done things with market adjustments and other stuff to address compression issues in the past. Because we had just addressed some major compression issues, and the governor signed into effect the new law, and 3 years, 5 years of Mike Gatewood's blood, sweat, and tears wiped clean. We're not complaining, and it gives us a better foothold, but something we might need to go back to work on.
Okay. And is it? Yeah. Little sidebar.
She doesn't have a good voice, I'm just making sure I'm capturing it. Okay, I'm ready. And it's kind of a data request a little bit too, that we need to know like our supplement budget or like the budget for turnaround schools, so that way when that committee starts to meet, that we have that information before we do that work. So when we come with a proposal here, we're given that information, and as well as the information that and the data that we need in regards to, like, we had discussion last year around the tier 3 schools and the turnaround schools, and it's difficult for that committee to get that data to do the work that we really need to do.
Okay. Anything else? Story or any request for compensation? Kerr.
I guess another headline would be competition. There are some local counties that have already signed their new CBAs and have gone to a base salary of somewhere around $50,000. So
Okay.
we're also competing with counties that have already
Competition
said.
from neighboring counties. Okay. Anything else? Kevin?
I think, and it's not necessarily a numerical compensation idea, but kind of the new normal, the new stress, the new requirements, the new things that have been passed, and all the pressure that's being put on teachers, and the idea that they're continuing to do more and more and more, and the idea that compensation should probably follow.
Okay. We're running out of space here. She might be able to fit in one little more thing on story. Kevin?
I actually have, I've said it to Rob and Will already, but I have AFT conducted a survey of membership around why teachers are leaving the profession. And so I'd like to, even though it's not a legal proceeding, I'll have it printed up and kind of introduced into evidence, and I can email it to all you guys. You can say, I mean, honestly, the conclusions are relatively, anybody who's in the business knows, but it's nice to see kind of what people are feeling and what they're noticing, backed up by some real kind of statistical data about why people, A, aren't entering the profession and aren't staying once they get in. So I think kind of coming and bargaining with that lens, like, what are the things we control that are a reason why people aren't getting in or are leaving the profession. I think we have an obligation to try to address. And it's not all monetary. Some of it is, but some of it's not.
Okay. Will?
I I think more about the concept of total compensation, which I think Anna kind of mentioned when we were talking about supplements and other stuff. Not just, you know, the base pay.
Okay. All right, we're writing up the side now, so anything else that has to get up there right now or can wait till we expand the story? Okay, our interest.
Retention, recruiting, sorry.
Oh, retention and recruitment. Okay, all right. I heard morale. Okay. Anything else? What's coming for?
On this script, alleviate compression.
And alleviating compression will get us what? Alleviating compression will get us what interest? Okay.
Address compression, maybe I should say.
Okay. All right, Amy.
Student achievement.
Okay. Any other interest? LaShonda?
Fairness.
Fairness? Anybody else? Oh, I got Iris and then Anna and then Tina. Okay, Tina, was your hand up? Okay. No, it's going to Anna.
A livable wage.
Yeah.
A professional wage.
Okay. Anything else? Bob?
Did we get equity down? I don't know.
We got fairness, I think, but not. Mike?
Clarity.
Anybody else? Well, again, we can always add. Compliance would be one, yes. If everybody's okay with adding compliance to those 20 statutes.
If we have to.
Yes, sir. Mike's coming to you.
Alignment with current duties and responsibilities.
Okay, anything else? Will?
Oh, we have clarity on there. Never mind, sorry. Subordinate assistance, yeah.
Anything else? All right, again, we can always add as we go along. Okay, the next one would be Article 11, which is benefits. remember, this is something, this is what we would have the joint session for, is this particular article. Oh, look who has the mic. Wait till she gets it set up, Bonnie, and then go. Okay.
So I think part of the story is that, and they turned it off, sorry about that. So part of the story is the money that the board contributes to health insurance is determined at the bargaining table. Lee Schools has the lowest employer contribution among Lee government employers, excuse me.
You said the lowest employee or employer?
Employer contribution.
Which results in
That's the lowest employer contribution
to healthcare.
for, but what's the group you put it in?
Of public employers in Lee County, or Lee governmental employers, or however you want to say that.
Remember, this is just a snapshot, and we're going to expand on all this, so.
So I'll pause. There's several members in the room who are on the Insurance Task Force Committee. I'll see if there are any more snapshots that they would like to add.
Okay. Kerr?
Bonnie, please correct me if my number's wrong, but I believe that we've had consistent medical trend upwards of 10%, which means, if my number's right, if you spent $1 last year, it cost you 10% more this year for the same dollar spent last year. And the contribution by the board does not keep up with those trend rates.
Okay. Anything else? Anybody else from the task force want to add anything to this story? Bonnie, do you have anything, or Will?
I don't know if this directly falls under benefits because it's not health insurance, but I know there had been some interest in the past in discussing childcare, and so I don't know if that would fall more under compensation or benefits, but just the continued interest in exploring options related to that.
Okay, we can put it here for now, and then as we unfold it more, we can decide if it needs to go somewhere else. Kevin?
The impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on our health insurance plan and the amount of claims, dollar amount that's directly tied to COVID over the past 2 years.
Okay, do we need any?
Probably a data request and also something that's impacted as part of the story.
Well, Rob?
Yeah, I think it's important to point out that, and I think everybody knows this, but I just want to point it out that benefits isn't just medical insurance. So there's other benefits the district can and does offer that are potentially negotiable. So just want to put that out there. The other thing is, a few weeks ago, Bonnie and I presented to the board on the current status. So that's available for people to, I forget the date of the board meeting, but that's available, obviously, on YouTube for folks to watch.
Okay.
And there'll probably be a similar presentation here, so that's all.
I'm sure. Bonnie? Oh, Kurt?
Go ahead. In terms of story, I think we need to put on this one as well, the term total compensation. Because compensation is more than just the money, it's the total package of employment, so.
Okay. Kurt?
Stop me if I get into the weeds, Donna. I'm really trying not to, but I guess the point I wanted to make was sometimes we hear about the reserve fund, for health insurance, and it's clear in the CBA that the reserve fund can only be touched by the recommendation of the ITF, the Insurance Task Force, and it's not a slush fund. It's money that comes in from premiums. Once claims are taken out, that's the profits or what's left over. So that fund has been steadily dwindling for the past few years. That may be something that's part of the presentation as well.
Okay, I'm sure it will be. I have full confidence in Bonnie presenting a thorough presentation. Insurance nerd that she is. Anything else for this? All right, our interest for benefits, and as Rob said, benefits aren't just insurance. Kevin?
Recruitment and retention.
Okay. R&R. Anything else? Kevin?
Employee wellness.
Okay. Very important to have. Anything else that's an interest? Kevin again.
Morale.
Morale.
And the ability to have insurance and use it. So access and usability.
Access and usability, okay. Okay. Anything else?
Employee affordability.
Okay. Anything else?
Donna, I would say compliance, because there's some compliance pieces too.
Okay.
Certainly to medical insurance.
Attractability to the employee as the benefit in and of itself.
Okay. Anything else? All right, again, we can add to it. Any other request other about than the impact on from COVID on the plan? Any other request other than we know there'll be a presentation?
I can barely talk, but Bonnie, I think you do this when you do the presentation. I know you do it in Insurance Task Force, but it's very helpful as a member of that committee when you explain how the trends change and why we have the deficits and things that we have, because I don't think that that's something that most people understand, and it's always helpful when you go over that. So if that's not part of your presentation, which it probably will be, if you could include that for people, I think it's really helpful.
Thank you. Anything else? Any other requests? All right, with that, those are the 4 articles we had for this evening. I know not everybody has copies of the language yet that we talked about for 8 and 12. Is there anything you want to continue with tonight? Or what's your pleasure?
I just have a question.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a date for ratification for the MOU?
The instructional coverage MOU is scheduled to be ratified Wednesday, August 31st, and, Thursday, September 1st. What is the next day? So we're sending out, Rob, we're sending out ratification packets. Hopefully they're in the hands of our reps by the 24th. We actually have a rep meeting on Wednesday, so this is news that reps don't even know about yet.
Good, thank you.
Can I capture those dates again, please, Kurt?
I'm sorry?
The dates for ratification.
31st and the 1st.
Okay, so, anything else? Do we want to continue with one of the articles, or are we going to call it a night? Are you ready to start story on any of them? Yes, Anna.
I just have a clarification thing, because I know that there has been a lot of discussion around this. So can you guys refresh the date for the retention payout in October? Is that supposed to be paid on October 15th or October 31st?
I believe the date is the 14th, the 14th, which is a Friday.
And that's still in motion, correct?
Still in motion, yes.
Okay, I just like it, people like to, I can say, came from you guys and the people watching. I know that's been a hot topic. People have gone back and forth, so thank you for clarifying.
Well, and I would just remind people of the qualifications for that, which is ending the school year, returning to work, and I believe September 15th was the key date that an individual would have to be in pay status for the district.
30th.
For 30th, thanks.
Okay, anything else that we need clarified tonight? Okay, again, we need to start story on one of these articles, or is everybody exhausted from their Monday and Kerr?
I believe, chime in if you'd like to do something differently, but I believe we could begin our next session with Article 8 and start story.
You say Article 8, is that what you said?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
So end it tonight and start August 29th. Here, same time, same place, August 29th, and we're going to begin with Article 8, so make sure you read that language that you have and are prepared to come forward. So quick checkout, since we're finishing so early. We don't always do checkout, but sometimes we go right up to that 7 o'clock. So tonight's checkout, scale 1 to 5. How did we meet your expectations, since everybody has the same expectation? Correct?
5 being the highest.
5 is the highest. A show of hands is fine. All right, excellent. Have a good evening, have a good rest of school week, and thank you for all the good work. Thank you everyone for coming tonight to see what goes on here, and we appreciate it all. Thank you.